everyone. I'm Kat.
And I'm Faith.
And this is Gender Rebels TV. Faith, I got a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Traveling while trans, specifically air travel, dealing with TSA, dealing with security lines, body scanners, luggage. We just want to get through it. We just want to get to our flight. What are some tips to get there without trouble?
Yeah, everyone hates the TSA. No one likes waiting in that line, thinking they're going to miss their flight, thinking they're going to get strip searched or something crazy. And I think that worry...
It's not even crazy. It happens. Yeah.
It happens. And I think that worry is intensified for transgender people. Because there's a number of reasons, but I've heard stories, I've heard a lot of stories about trans people, trans women in general, being pulled aside for special searches, being kind of treated rudely, things like that. So obviously you want to avoid that. I want to avoid that. Let's do it. I've flown a few times, gone through TSA many times, both as myself and as my former self, who was stupid. And
he was alright.
Yeah, so I learned some tricks. And actually, I tend to be quite personable sometimes. So I actually talked to some of the TSA agents and kind of got a few secret tips.
For reals? Okay.
I don't even know if they're secret tips. I think they probably want you to have a decent time in the line.
They don't want to hold you up either.
So, okay. First up, resist the temptation to travel under a name if it's not your legal name. I know if you're presenting female, for instance, you know, in your MTF and you're presenting female, you may want to go like, well, I'm fucking Bethany as far as I'm concerned. And so what if I haven't changed my name yet legally? Well, the TSA is not going to like that. They're not going to let you on the flight. So that's thing number one.
Because they're looking at your ID.
Yeah.
It's about your ID. It's about whether your ticket matches your ID. Period.
Yeah. So definitely travel under the name that is on your ID.
Even if it's the shitty name. I know. Just until you get that fixed, travel with that
Travel under your legal name. Make sure that's on your tickets.
Be a thing to motivate you to change your ID. But until you do, travel.
If you're ready.
Of course.
Yeah. One thing I do when I've traveled on flights is I've made sure to not wear any padding or anything under my clothing that could be considered out of the ordinary.
So you don't do the hip pads or the butt pads?
Yeah, I'll sometimes do hip or butt pads or, you know, stuff my bra. Fine, be honest. Or, you know, sometimes I may wear a waist cincher or a corset or something. I don't wear those too much anymore, but still.
But in real life, you wear those?
In real life, I wear those frequently.
But at TSA?
For the TSA, I do not. I actually go to the effort of getting clothes and things that'll fit me. Like, and look good without any of that padding. So that's like A-line dresses, things like that. I have a bra that's got padding built into it. It's like a push-up bra that I can just wear that. So I don't need anything.
You're probably going to want to wear something comfortable anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And you can always stuff in the toilet paper in the bathroom when you get through. Boom. Just like junior high.
Put your hip pads in your carry-on bag.
Yeah, and that's another important thing. I travel with breast prosthesis, which are basically breast forms. A lot of trans girls use those. A lot of cross-dressers use those.
These are like the heavy gel.
Heavy gel,
right?
Yeah. Similar, and if you pack, you might know, if you're a trans guy, if you pack similar material, just a nice jelly kind of plastic that's kind of like human fat.
Exactly. It's developed because it has the weight and the sensation of human body parts. So
exactly.
It's dense,
so definitely, what I asked a TSA person, because my bag always gets pulled aside because I bring my padding with me in my carry-on, and 100% of the time it gets pulled aside. So I asked a TSA person, I said, how do I avoid that? Or how do I make this simpler? And she's like, well, you can't avoid it, but what you can do is take your all your pads, stuff like that, and yes, that's a good point. Medical prosthesis. Use their terms. I found that on the TSA website. I use it every time. Put your medical prosthesis in a separate bag and put that on top of your luggage. So like that way they don't have to read through your luggage. You're not pulling your underpants out in front of everyone. It's just boom, they can go and check breast forms, not a bomb, boom, let you through.
It'll be flagged on the x-ray.
Yeah.
They will check it. But if it's on top, if you say it's medical prosthesis, yes it is, zip up, have a good flight.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple.
Definitely get you through a lot faster. And then we talked about the backscatter machines. Now the backscatter machines, those are those ones you have to go in and do like that. And it used to be that they could look at you naked, but now I think they can't anymore.
Correct.
So what it does is they have to put in male or female on a button. Binary gender fucks with everyone. They have to put male or female. Now, I don't know if they go off presentation. I don't know if they go off what's on your ticket. I don't know if they just decide on a whim, boom, you're not passing today. Sorry,
I would guess presentation.
I would guess too, but that's something I've heard that trans women get flagged because they're not tucking or something like that, and they see something on there that shouldn't be there for a lady, so they get pulled aside for a lovely strip search, and no one wants a strip search. And even if you can avoid that, you might miss your flight, things like that. Don't want to miss your flight.
But I do want to say, and I just read this recently, I actually accidentally Googled this, and I'm like, oh, I did want to read up on that. And the backscatter machine does not show your body to the guards. It just shows a general body shape and then lights up areas of density. So something dense in your pockets. If your keys are in your pockets, even if you have like a couple of pieces of paper, I think it'll like light up in your pocket. They're just looking for density. They don't care about your crotch or your tits or anything else. They just need to know where to look on you for an unusual density. The TSA doesn't want to see your junk. They don't. But I don't want you to worry about these machines. It's just looking for an unusually dense thing.
Yeah, and so one of the things I've heard from people is a really good tuck will help you if you're MTF.
It'll save the day.
It'll save the day. I always tuck very well, and I have to.
We only get stopped for her bags. She's never...
Only get stopped for my bags. I've never had the issue. Knock on wood. So, and then lastly, I just got to say, be polite and courteous.
100%.
Be professional about things. Obviously, there may be people who are jerks. Okay, if they're harassing you for being trans or making fun of you or something like that, that's bullshit. That is bullshit. Don't put up with that. Get a supervisor. Make a record of it.
Document.
But be polite. You can still be polite and courteous and say, I need to speak. Please let me speak with your supervisor or something like that. That's unacceptable. But if they're doing their job, even if it's part of their job that you don't like pulling you aside or asking for a strip search or putting you in another room or something like that, or having a pat down, no one's gonna like that. I wouldn't like that. No one would like that.
They don't like that.
But remember to be polite and courteous. They are doing their job. If you feel they're not, document anything, document everything, reach out after. Again, if they're crossing a line into something like assault, or they're crossing a line into harassment, or treating you rudely for being trans, that that is discrimination.
You don't have to put up with that.
That is something you shouldn't put up with.
But document. But go through the proper channels. That's not the time to start knocking shit over.
Yeah, because if you get in an argument with if you get in an argument with the TSA is going to win.
I'm sorry. You won't make your flight.
You're not going to make your flight, and you may be morally in the right, but discrimination, harassment, assault, do not put up with that.
Never, ever.
If they're just doing their job and it's a part of their job that you don't like, sorry, you're not going to win that fight. It's not worth it. So
you get to pick the gender of the person if you are pulled aside for, and this isn't like the strip search thing.
Yeah.
If you're pulled aside for a pat down, and a guy is leading you away, you're like, actually, I would prefer if a female agent did the pat down. Totally normal, totally okay. They should not even react to that.
Yeah.
They should just go and get a female agent.
And
vice versa.
Yeah, and there is a page on the TSA website, we'll link down below, for advice for transgender travelers. So check that out before you travel, and bon voyage.
Travel safe, guys.
Travel safe.
Bye.